influencers go way too far and get themselves into sticky situations, who is the person who's behind the scenes cleaning up their mess? No one talks about that.
No idea.
Welcome to the Wild Wild Web. Our show is about these three friends who are essentially rejects teaming up to start a crisis PR agency to help influencers who have been canceled.
So the show is set in New York.
Yeah.
Janice, as the creator, can you talk a little bit about the world of the series?
Our show is first and foremost a buddy comedy about these friends who have to work together, kind of like us.
Love.
And you have Ev, who is the ringleader, and she's just gotten fired from one of the top crisis PR firms in New York City. And impulsively, she hatches this 1-year plan to become the Olivia Pope of influencers.
And then there's Kai, who is just this nerdy ball of nerves. He wants nothing more than to be a lawyer, but he just cannot pass the bar.
And finally, we have Belle, who is that snobbish friend who always seems to have it all together but can't figure out why you don't. We all know that kind of person.
Love to hate her.
She knows everyone and can get you into any party, New York Fashion Week, Met Gala. She has you covered.
So each episode is loosely inspired by a real influencer scandal that's happened, and we drop you right in the center of a crisis. And you get to see how these three hilariously try to get themselves or get their clients out of these situations.
Yeah.
Elise, how do you think the influencer community will react to WWW?
As someone who may be considered an influencer to some, when I first read the script, Janice, honestly, it felt like home. Because there are like very few, I don't think any PR agencies that are dedicated just for influencers, and I think we very much need an Olivia Pope type, so thank you. But I also think it's hilarious to poke fun about all of the nuanced humor that exists among social media and the culture of social media in general. We also live in a time where influence is currency, but it's still a fairly new marketplace, and we are still navigating it. So I think you've created a space where we could take a step back, understand what that power means to one individual, like physically, emotionally, and mentally. The writers did a great job at capturing the satirical and lightheartedness throughout the series. Janice, you created something really special.
This story came at the beginning of my career as an influencer manager. I saw how influencer scandals were being handled with the same playbook as celebrity scandals, which of course did not work.
It does not work at all.
No, and I began wondering, like, what if there was a crisis management agency that focused on influencers, and what if the people getting them out of these crises were people who actually grew up on the internet and understood internet speak and internet culture?
Morgan, why should people care about this show?
Whether you're a creator or, or not, I think we're all faced with this big question of if there is an ethical way to behave online, especially when you're compensated for your content. The stakes are so much higher. I think what the writers and you, Janice, have done so well is find a way to talk about that huge question in a really witty and satirical way. It's so brilliant, it's so funny. And yeah, it's great to just follow along and kind of watch this unqualified group of friends. Now they're co-workers and they're just kind of trying to mold these performances of their influencer clients. Janice, I've heard you mention SNL when talking about the vision of the show.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of SNL, and I just love how the show serves as a medium for processing and providing commentary on real-world events happening in real time. And I feel like our show has the potential to provide that same release for both chronically online people as well as regular folks who are simply curious about influencer culture.
And I also love that the show captures the behind-the-scenes, gritty, and sometimes uncomfortable reality of what happens when an influencer logs off, turns the camera off, and they may wake up canceled.
We have the first 6 episodes written and ready to shoot.
They're all so great.
So excited. And your contribution would go towards shooting our pilot, which will be released online. And we really hope that you will follow and support our journey.
You can also show your support by simply sharing this video with everyone you know, everyone you've ever met, and liking and just talking about this project, speak this into existence.
Thank you so much for your support as we fundraise for the show.
Thank you guys so much.
Cut.